Nox Field here in Landover.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the Dallas Cowboys. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
First carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs, because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott.
They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them, and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched him on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Washington, nothing.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead. Now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Switch. Hand for 11. Go streak.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off right around the 43. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
And these two hooked up on a nice game that played before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Now Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A handoff for Gibson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He gets it to Thomas. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Thomas brings it in. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now back to throw. This goes out wide from Madison. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Alexander Madison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to make this a close game again. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Now Lewis selects to return it. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's got his big tight end here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Escaping the pressure right. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott. It's caught, Cooper. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Prescott. This is caught, and he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. And McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. But Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On play action, they'll throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want 19 tight. 19 tight. Mike 14. And let's get in that hole. 14.
Back to throw now on first down.
He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
They go play action here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Back to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw, eluding the pressure right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Complete to Curtis Samuel. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Gibson. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
Madison.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Alexander Madison, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And Washington has made this a one-score game.
This time, the extra point up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Now Lewis selects to return it. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Third and short yardage. Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Prescott from the gun. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Gibson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Washington on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hampton. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hampton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 10. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. They'll try to run some clock now with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. But Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
And McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big connection on that one. 38 yards. Back to throw again. He finds his man complete. It's Hampton. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away.
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not. And Madison hit, and the ball pops free. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. On first down, Elliott. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Elliott. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 77 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson.